Thank you for staying here on Joy News Desk. Now let's do some other stories in the world of politics and the economy. Senior Minister Yao Safamafo is certain the streak of the Cedi's depreciation against the major trading currencies will cease before the end of March. According to him, the current challenge of the local currency is attributable to the poor economy which the National Democratic Congress, the NDC government, left behind. Mr. Mafo says policy initiatives outlined in the budget statement delivered by Finance Minister Ken Ofori-Atta will stabilize the currency, but it will take up to 1 month before the markets respond. He was speaking with Joseph Opoku-Gakpo.
On Thursday, March 2nd, the Finance Minister Ken Ofori-Atta delivered the 2017 budget statement to Parliament, the maiden one for the Akufo-Addo administration. Since then, there's been a number of reactions. Let's digest a few of the issues that have come up since. Senior Minister Yao Safamafo, who is head of the economic management team when it comes to the ministers of the presidency, he's joining us here. You coordinate.
Yes.
Exactly. Thanks very much for joining us. So the budget statement is out. We heard from the finance minister himself, but for you, what can Ghanaians expect from this particular budget?
This budget is the best that has happened to Ghana for many years. And it is not because I belong to the government, but because the facts are there. The government inherited a deficit of 10.3% of GDP. You know what that means? And a growth of 3.6%. Don't forget that when Kufuor was living, the growth was 9.2%. Now growth has declined to 3.6% with oil. At Kufuor's time, there was no oil. So if the economy grew by about 9% without oil, and the economy is growing at 3.6%, then there's a problem with oil. And the budget did about 3 things in a row, and I want you to listen very carefully. Now, the budget recognized that we have a very serious problem with unemployment, and therefore, you cannot get a budget that does not grow the economy. So the budget has grown the economy from 3.6 to 6.3. He has turned the figures down from 3.6 to 6.3. So this economy is this budget is expansionist. It's expanding. There's growth. At the same time, this same budget is also brought down deficit from 10.3 to 6.5. So it has also reduced the deficit, creating space for development. And so as far as I'm concerned, it's good. This same budget abolished 7 taxes. This same budget reduced about 5 other taxes and abolished 7 of them.
But your critics say that the budget statement created a situation where you, the MPP, running away from a lot of your manifesto pledges. For example, they say you said you're going to scrap. They said you're going to scrap the energy sector levy, which they say did not happen in the budget.
They didn't read the budget thoroughly. Every political party has a 4-year cycle. We have done 1-year budget out of 4. So if I make 10 pledges, and in one budget I fulfill 6, and you say I'm running away from pledges, then either you don't understand or I don't understand. But I think you don't. We are fighting an election that is based on a 4-year cycle. And I made promises in a manifesto, which was used to fight the election. And that manifesto was my manifesto for the next 4 years.
So we can expect that going forward, then the energy sector levy will still be scrapped.
We would tackle other problems. If anybody thinks that all the pledges of government will be fulfilled in 1 year, then you will be Ethiopian.
Let's talk about the depreciating cedi. It's been a major concern. The claim is that it's depreciated by something in the region of 6% since the NPP took over power. And they're asking you, the economic management team, to outline what exactly you're doing to deal with the problem. What can we expect? Will this continue as has been the case since you took over power?
It will not. But the cedi depreciated because the true economic situation in Ghana came out. The economy, there was a cover-up. Now, when it turned out that your growth was 3.6% and your deficit was 10.3, what do you expect external investors to do? The external investors will de-invest. that will affect the level of your currency. So the cedi depreciated because the economy had performed very poorly at the end of December. But now, with the budget in, and the budget has put in place measures to stem that whole economy, to reduce the deficit, to improve our foreign reserves, it takes about 3 weeks to a month for people to respond to such economic indicators.
It's been a week already, but nothing much has changed.
And that will usher in into our next segment, which is business. Emmanuel Abuajiriafe is standing by with more.